All right, here we are. We are
Yeah.
live. Yeah, it's Wesley was here quick. He was here quick. He says, "Yo,
What's up, Wesley?
everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another Triple Cross Live, a true super show. True super show. That's a tongue twister kind of.
The first of its kind on the Triple
first of
Cross
its kind.
Podcast Network, I believe.
Yes.
Not network, but channel. You know what I mean.
A legit super show. So here's what we got going on for you guys today. We're going to talk a little bit of NBA. I mean, it's off season. There's not a lot, right? We're in summer at this point. We're going to talk a little NBA. We're going to talk a little NFL, and then we're actually going to do a watch party for the MLB All-Star game. So it's going to be a good time. Rose is here. She says hello. Jason's here. He says, "Yo,
what's up, Rose?
What's up, everybody?" So, every 25 likes on the video is a $25 gift card giveaway as usual. And tap into the chat. Let us know who you are, where you are, what you are. I'm assuming you're human.
I mean,
what
if you're not,
I guess
I'd love to know what you are.
Is a fun what you are is a fun question. I mean, that's open-ended. Sure. Let us know what you are. What are you? Corey Green, what are you? What's up, y'all? What's up, Corey? So yeah, I mean, I think we're going to play some, we're going to do some classic off-season content here. Yeah. It's going to be non-serious. We're just going to play some games, right?
It's going to be a good time. I promise. I made this game for John to play and for the audience to play along. But yeah, I think we're waiting for some people to still come in here so that we have everybody starting up with us at the same time. But John, how are you feeling? You don't really know what the game is yet, do you? Did I leak any details?
Well, I mean, you told me it was cap or no cap. So I know that's the game, but I don't know anything about it. By the way, I always like to call it the screen names I love. This is a great one. Joe and Patches Moreno. Joe, is this Joe and Patches, or is it just Joe or just Patches? That's what I got to know. Who's really here watching us?
That is there a possibility that's like a? Never mind. I'm not gonna touch that. I'm gonna decide to not take the route that
we about to be racist. Is that what you're about to do?
No.
I just assume.
Okay, well now I have to. Now I have to prove that's not what. Is this possible that this is like? I don't know what the proper name for it is now, the PC term, but like the split personality disorder, like Joe and Patches. Like, you know what I mean? Is it?
That'd be an interesting. I just acknowledge that sometimes I'm the other guy. You know.
No disrespect to Joe or Patches, the Morenos, respectively, but Patches does sound like a name of somebody who might live in your head. Just saying. I'm not saying it can't sound like somebody who lives outside your head.
Yeah.
But if I had somebody living in my head, I'm not probably naming that person John, for example. I'm like, why John?
Yeah, then I'm gonna get confused. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. It's got to be something like Patches O'Houlihan comes to mind. I'm like, it's got to be somebody with a little more character to them. Otherwise, why am I inventing? Why did my subconscious invent this other side of me?
Well, Joe and Patches is or are in Montana.
What's up?
So that's fun.
Go Grizzlies, right? Is that the biggest team?
University of MLB of Montana. Yeah, probably that's the biggest team, I guess. Thomas, what's up?
Go Yellowstone. That show rocks. How about that?
Deb's here.
Go Kevin.
Is it based in Montana? It's not based in
what?
Okay.
He's got a ranch in Montana, and all the damn Californians are coming up to ruin the whole thing. Sorry,
damn Californians. Yeah, yeah. That is. That does sound like. That sounds exactly like what everyone I know Coeur d'Alene is saying too.
Yeah, I mean Coeur d'Alene. Just out Coeur d'Alene, by the way, for those who don't know, that's where John and I grew up. It's it's one of the bigger towns, I guess, where it is. But it's a little spot in the Panhandle of Idaho, which is on the skinny part of Idaho up at the top, right between Washington, right between Montana. It basically doesn't have its own identity. Think just combine Washington with Montana. And that's exactly what it is. That's exactly.
Yeah, it's a weird place. It's a weird place to be. Because if you combine Washington and Montana, they don't really fit together. It's kind of like oil and water. And that's
Coeur d'Alene has an identity crisis going on perpetually. It's and
Jason makes a good point.
Another day.
Patches could be a dog. Patches does sound like a dog.
Ooh, I do like that. Well, okay. I just want to keep saying no disrespect in case that's that man's wife or something, it doesn't sound like a dog's name. Just the same way it doesn't sound like a person who would live in your brain. It doesn't sound like that, but it could be that.
Roger says, what's up, guys, but possessive guys. What's up, guys? What's up, Roger?
Yeah. It's cool. I like that. I like that.
All right, Casey. I think we're playing a little cap or no cap, some NBA cap or no cap. All right, here's the deal with cap or no cap. Oh, also here's the deal for everybody who's just joining us. You got to like the video. Every 25 likes on the video, we are giving away a $25 gift card for NBA swag, NFL swag, MLB swag if that's what you're into on the Super Show. So you got to like the video, get the likes up on there, and then we'll give you stuff. It's pretty simple. I don't think I need to over-explain it.
That's pretty much it. Just make sure you're liking the video. And and
the like button is the one that looks like this. It doesn't have a face behind it. Just like
we always say this later on in the streams, but I don't think we say it very often early. If you like this video, stay until we give away stuff for sure. But if you don't win this time, just keep coming back because we give away stuff almost every time we go live. So it's just kind of general odds. Like you will win something. Talk to anybody who's been at probably like 5+ of our shows, and they've probably won something. That's where I'm putting the line. Probably over half of them.
That's probably actually like a good line.
Yeah.
If
not
you've
everybody
been,
5 shows.
So I see some people here who I know have been at more than 5. If you've been at more, have you been put into the chat? If you've been to if you've seen more than 5 live shows, have you won something?
That almost sounds like a poll. If I was ready to put a poll out, that's a poll I would put out. But
Kev Gons has been to more than 5. He's won. Mike's been on more than 5. He's won. Rose has been on more than 5. She has won. Jason won a spot in the fantasy league. Yeah, you always win stuff if you stick around.
All right.
All right. Let's play some stuff.
Let's do this. So cap or no cap, essentially.
All right. Here's how it works. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not a Zoomer. I don't even know if everybody here knows.
I know. Should we call it something else?
I mean, cap or no cap. It doesn't feel right to me, but I think it's just like buzzwordy enough to where that's what you're supposed to call this. But I wrote out in my notes here in my little script of this game. I wrote true and false just to remind myself because I'm not writing cap or no cap down onto a sheet of paper that exists only in the virtual realm anyway. That just didn't feel right to me. So I just wanted to float that out there to everybody. We're playing true or false, cap or no cap. John, I have 10 questions here. I had an 11th bonus question. Maybe we'll get to it. We'll see. But let's see how well you know the NBA based on some obscure stuff that I picked. But that's
obscure crap. That's basically it. It's like cap or no cap, but it's weird stuff.
What's up? We got Adam in the chat now,
but just weird stuff.
Yeah. No, it's all about.
Oh, that would be a fun one.
Preferences and orientations and weird stuff. No,
Jamal Murray is in defeat. Cap or no cap?
John Morant is into gunplay.
I mean,
that was wrong.
That sounds right.
Yeah. I mean,
oh, by the way, hey, a little piece of news. John Morant's one of his friends. There's a warrant out for his arrest for assaulting him for the beating up the kid thing a little while ago. There's not one out for John Morant's friend, but there's not one out for John Morant, but there's one out for his friend.
I see. Okay.
Yep. Anyway.
That's interesting. All right. So in this, the last thing before we get into the first question, I did try a new thing. I tried to weave a storyline throughout these questions. Let's see how that goes. I might just forget to do sequiturs in between. Is there such thing as a sequitur? Because I know what a non sequitur is, but I've never heard somebody reference a sequitur.
That's a good point. I mean, to be a non sequitur, there must be a sequitur.
There's got to be. But how did the non take over the whole conversation about that word? It's just negative.
I think because people are like, "What the hell is a sequitur?"
Well, okay, yeah, fair enough, I guess.
And then they're but for whatever reason, there's not a better way to describe a non sequitur.
Fair enough. All right, I'll accept that as a good enough answer. That was
Speaking
our
of weird
warm-up.
stuff. Thomas has a real weird combination of teams that he likes. I never knew this about you, Thomas. I'm glad you're a Jazz fan, but Jazz, Bears, Rangers, dude, you are all over the place.
Jazz, Bears, Rangers. Wow.
Yeah. Military kid, maybe? I don't know.
Who knows? Okay. Right. Well, all right, John. First question up for the chat. I think generally, chat, you could just ruin it for everybody and
if you Google it, don't tell me
exactly
that you Googled it at least. Because what we found is you can't trust the chat during these games.
And if you aren't somebody who's looking it up, make sure you're sharing your opinion just in case other people might be. It kind of drowns it out. We get some of both sides. It makes it really good. So you guys
make it so I don't know the answer by looking at the chat, basically.
Try not to help John out, giving him too good of real facts around the subject matter, though. We want to see how good John does. And I mean, I didn't do all that great. I didn't think on mine. So let's see how you do here. John, first question up in cap or no cap. Muggsy Bogues. Are you familiar? That's not the first question, but
If that's worth a point, then yes, I'm familiar.
It's not
with
worth a point. It's just
okay.
I'm warming you up by asking you easy
That's
questions.
the dude from Space Jam, right?
He is from Space Jam, correct?
Okay.
Muggsy Bogues, star of the the movie Space Jam, at 5'3", is the NBA's shortest player of all time. 5'3", shortest player of all time.
No cap.
Muggsy Bogues was the 14th overall pick in the 1987 draft. 14th overall pick in the 1987 draft.
Which thing is the question?
Is that cap or no cap?
Which part's the question? Is he the shortest player?
He is 5'3".
Okay. Which is the shortest player? You're telling me it's not cap that he's the shortest player?
Yes. Was he
the 14th overall pick? If he's the 14th pick
in the 1987 draft.
14th overall pick, 1987 draft.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say I'm leaning toward cap. Here's my reasoning. I don't think at that time, during the way the game was played then, that any team would have had enough faith in a guy that short to pick him 14th. So, I mean, we got a lot of people saying no cap, but they might have been confused by your question.
It does seem like the no cap is dominating in the chat right now, but we do have some cappers out there. Felix is on both sides of it now. He said cap and no cap.
Well, it's because your question was confusing. Everybody thought you were saying
we have a turning point in the chat where Jason Stone went, oh, so now now we still have a mix though. We have a mix. John, what was your answer? I was too obsessed with the chat.
I'm leaning toward no cap. I'm gonna lock it in. No cap. My reasoning is that the way the game was played, I think that could happen now, that somebody that short could get picked up at 14th if they were really, really good. But back then, I think with the way the game was played, I don't think any team maybe would have had enough faith.
So your answer is
cap.
Okay.
14th.
I thought you started, I think, saying no cap at the beginning of that explanation. Let's go true or false. I'm too old for this.
It's false.
John, true or false? It's false is your answer? And the correct answer is it is false. But
when was he taken? Was he higher?
He was taken 12th overall.
Wow. I mean, my logic was I got the right answer for the wrong reason.
Yeah, and
which feels like a loss. It feels like
maybe I built this so good. I wanted that to happen. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Don't try to get in this mind. I do have a question about this. What do you think what it would be like to be 5'3"?
I like what Adam said. It's semi-cap. It's
semi-cap. It was close to it was closely related to cap. Anyway, so what do you think it would be like to play in the NBA at 5'3" in today's NBA? Just like a sentence or two. What do you think?
In today's NBA, it'd be more manageable, but it would be real hard to play defense.
Okay, interesting. You bring that
because it's a switchers league now. Muggsy Bogues was like, he's like a pretty good ball stealer. Like he was a decent defender for his size.
Interesting you bring that up, John, because our next question is, Muggsy Bogues, the NBA shortest player ever, blocked 39 shots in his NBA career. Cap or no
39 shots. Are you going to tell me how long his career was?
That's not part of my question, so no.
Okay.
He played for a minute.
I know he played for a minute. Does anybody in the chat know how long
he was around long enough?
I know I can't trust the chat. Yeah.
39 shots in his NBA
39 isn't very many, and a block is like if somebody's picked up the ball. I mean, no, 39 is too specific. If you would have said like 39 or more, then maybe I would have said yeah. So I'm going to say false.
He played 14 years, by the way. You said false?
So that's roughly 2 blocks a year, a little more than it's like 3 blocks a year. I'm going to say false because 39 is too specific. So it's like I'm taking the field against 39. If you would have said like 39 or more, I might actually say true.
He says false. The correct
39.
answer is true. He blocked
39
shots in his NBA career. That's the beauty of this game, I realize. I'm like, oh, you do a little
if you would have said
on one number early on, all of a sudden all numbers are very like untrustworthy. Because that's what happened to me in our game.
If you would have said 39 or more, I would have said probably true. Like I'm not surprised he blocked 39 shots.
And I specifically tried to play with the wording the right way to not give away stuff like that.
Yeah, you can accidentally block 39 shots in a 14-year career.
Fair enough.
Not very many blocks.
Sure, the average guy could. but a 5'3" guy accidentally blocking 39 shots seems not as
well. Like if people
like you said, he was a good defender. He was a good defender
for his size. But like if people have picked a ball up to go up and you knock it out, which is more like a steal, that's actually like a block. So
I guess I don't know where the exact like differentiation is.
It's if they're going up for the shot.
Do their feet have to leave the ground or like, like, I don't know, like anything
it would
like
be
that?
Whatever would be considered like a gather step, like if they're gathered or if they're going up, like if it would be considered a shooting foul, then it's considered a block.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you fouled them doing that, and they're going to the line, then you're blocking the ball if you got it.
Still, as the like OG short king of our show, I'm going to say mad respect to Muggsy Bogues, which is why I started out with a trilogy of Muggsy Bogues questions here. So for the third leg, last one, don't worry. Last one around Muggsy Bogues, who's the NBA's shortest player ever. Cap or no cap, he also played with the NBA's tallest player ever, who I will be more specific and say they were the tallest player ever at that time.
At that time,
at least.
Okay.
At least.
Okay.
If it's cap or no cap.
I think that is. I think that is. I think that's not cap. I think that's true.
You think?
And I don't even remember who it is, but I think that's true. Like that piece of information has crossed my brain before.
Yeah. Okay. So you said
Manu Bull. Is that who?
I mean,
Jason Stone is saying.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it's true. I think he did that. Like just that has come across my. It's in my what is the word, like ethos? I don't know. No, that's not the word. It's in my zeitgeist. It's in the zeitgeist.
Okay, I got you. Okay, fair enough. And you are correct. It is true. He did play with the tallest player.
There's like pictures. There's like pictures of him being at this guy's waist.
Yeah, exactly. But who this guy is, we may or may not know. I want you to tell me, was that player the Romanian George Muresan?
No, I don't think so.
Are you sure?
No.
Where would I get such a name if not?
No, I'm not.
How did I come up with that?
The internet.
That's true. There's a lot of stuff on the internet.
Yeah,
you don't think it is?
On the internet. No.
All right, we're rapid firing through it. You got that right. All right, false. It was Manute Bol. As soon as the chat leaked who it was. Yeah, that's why I was trying to say. Don't give him answers like around this either. Otherwise, it makes it too real. If
I would have known it wasn't Mir. I would have known it wasn't Muresan though. Like I knew it was another African guy. Yeah.
Fair enough. Essentially, it turned into a 2-for-1 though. But hey, that's part of the game.
I knew it was an African guy.
Now the chat knows now. All right, so that was false. Manute Bol, 7'7". George Muresan, by the way, is the number 1 tallest of all time now. He's the one who took over that title. Really? He entered the league 8 years after Manute Bol. Manute, I don't know how to pronounce it. But that's why I thought if you heard something, maybe it's around the same time period. I thought maybe I could get you.
How tall is Boban? And Taco Fall?
This is all. I put this in here just because I knew this would come up. This is all according to Wikipedia, so take it up with them. Okay. That's what I have to do. So like before you look into it, 7'6". Before you look into it, after Muresan, because come on, man, I told you we'll story through this. You know where I'm going here. After Muresan and Bol, Taco Fall. Stop Googling on your Google machine. Taco Fall comes in as the third tallest player.
Do you have our likes?
Cap or no cap?
Do you have our likes?
Yes. We're at 16.
Okay. Everybody, when we get to 25 likes, we're going to do, we do $25 giveaway gift cards for every 25 likes on the video. I've said it a few times, but there's more new people in here now.
New people are coming in.
What was the question?
Okay, John. After Muresan and Bol, both names, I'm pretty sure I've butchered one part of their name or the other, or both. Taco Fall comes in as the third tallest NBA player ever. Cap or no cap? True or false?
Boban or Taco, I think. So I'll go with cap. Or I'll go with no cap. Yeah, it's true.
You think that Taco Fall is number 3 on the list?
Yeah, it's him or Boban, I bet.
Okay. You think that it is true? And it is true. According to Wikipedia, all right? Don't at me.
Okay.
Guys. Unless you want to at me at
what is
Niners
Taco
fan,
Fall,
man.
7'6"?
Niners
is he 7'6"?
Yeah, so Bowl and Murasan were both listed as 7'7". And again, I don't know. Maybe there's more measurement beyond that to why Wikipedia has them in a certain order. Taco Fall is the first guy listed at 7'6" on the list on Wikipedia. So, yeah. And I also wanted to give you this like obligatory chance to share like some funny anecdote about Taco Fall that you might have, John. I know there's a lot of like culture around, like making jokes around it. Like, what's your best Taco Fall joke?
I mean, I don't know if I got Taco Fall jokes. Okay. I like the Game of Zones one. They're like how did it was like they were like, hey, we let the fans decide on the All-Star game and they chose Taco Fall. We let the fans decide who is going to play because the 1992 Dream Team was revived. Somebody a team from today's NBA has to play them for their lives, basically. And they're like, we let the fanlings decide, and they chose Taco Fall. Taco, do you want to play the 92 Dream Team? And he's like, not particularly. Like, yeah.
And that's why they're not allowed to vote anymore, right? In that episode.
Yeah, the fans are awful. The fans
because it was a troll. Yeah, it was a troll though. Like
the fans have chosen they've chosen like Taco Fall, Alex Caruso. The fan votes are always like
let the people tell you what they want. That's what I want. I mean, honestly, at a certain point, all sports, like at a certain breaking point, for certain types of things, like I don't want to say like freak show, but you just want to see like the craziest thing of all time. You want to see a guy like Taco Fall out there.
I'm out here. I'm here for like a good like kind of shit show. You know what I mean? Like,
oh hell yeah.
You like see some stuff going on, like some cops, surround like. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I like to pull up and be like, hey, what do we got here, guys? Like,
I'm kind of ashamed to tell you, but like when I pull up my Twitter feed, it's just like
weird,
fights.
Something weird happening in my neighborhood.
It's like world star fights. Just like, no, I'm like, I just want to see crazy stuff,
Yeah. No, I'm good for I'm good for a shit show.
John, we're halfway through. How you feeling? You are 3-2 so far.
Feeling like Bon Jovi, baby.
Halfway there. Love it. I should have said something else. Like you're feeling
feeling like a cowboy.
There you go. On a steel horse you ride. Gotcha. Yeah. Good way to pick up the pieces, John. All right. Question 6. John, we're on the big men topic. How about another question around big men?
Okay.
Cap or no cap? Shaq. Not Nick Shackelford. Shaquille O'Neal.
That was a inside joke between me and you. Yeah.
Hey, some people have watched our modern.
That was so deep that I'm pretty sure I don't think anybody else gets it.
We'll clip it out and send it to him.
We got some deep cut people here.
Shaquille O'Neal only made 2 3-pointers in his entire NBA career.
2 sounds about right. I actually think one of them was a half court shot or something like that. I'm going to go with true. So no cap.
John says it's true.
Wait, one person here does know. Felix gets the deep cut as well.
John says it's true. It is false.
It's just one.
It is one.
Yeah, and it was a half court shot or something like that, right?
It wasn't quite half court. It was on. I don't think it was directly the inbound pass. It was like in the pass right after an inbound, like way down court, and it was like 5 feet beyond the arc. Yeah, and it was a horrible bank shot off the glass.
Yeah,
it was kind of like
it was when he was, and it was when he was with the Magic. Like that's why I was like, well, I know he made that first one early on, and he had a lot of years to like accidentally make another one. So maybe, like.
I know.
He's just like, he doesn't know what to do outside the 3-point line. He's like, if I'm just running to the other paint.
It was shocking to me as a more casual fan and just knowing how long he played and how many points he scored. I'm totally floored by the fact that
are we including all-star games? I could see him having made one in an all-star game.
If you told me that Shaquille O'Neal only had 1 3-pointer made in his whole career, but Muggsy Bogues had 39 block shots, I would be like, okay, for sure you're lying about the Muggsy Bogues thing, That's part of this game, though.
No, I think I could see a Shaq having made some in a all-star game. I once saw him in an all-star game dribble between his legs by lifting up one of his legs because he doesn't have a good enough handle.
That sounds a little back,
he's like tough.
All right, John, we're 6 questions deep. You're 3-3. Split right down the middle. Let's see if you can pull this out and finish above 500. I think the chat's done okay. We're moving through this pretty quick.
I definitely can't trust them. I know that.
Today. That's exactly it. We'll keep this this train moving. Like I said, we got more stuff to get to after this. So, John, moving on from Shaq to one of his former teammates. You might have heard of him.
Derek Fisher.
Kobe Bryant.
Not Derek Fisher.
Cap or no cap? Kobe Bryant holds the record for the most missed shots in NBA history.
Missed shots. He's probably up there. I think that's no cap. That just sounds right. Sounds right to me.
He just sounds like a loser to you? Is that what it is?
No, he shoots a lot. It's like him or maybe Allen Iverson. But Allen Iverson didn't play along. Yeah, but Allen Iverson didn't play long. I mean, you got to think like this guy would score like 60 points, 80 points, 50 points on 32% shooting, man. Like he shot a lot.
Yeah, he hooked it up.
He was a shot chucker. I'm going to go with true. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, it's either him or someone who played like a crazy long time, like a Kareem, or like LeBron's probably up there as well.
For sure. But you think it's true.
Yeah.
And it is true. Congratulations. You are now one above 500 with 3 more questions to go. If you land at 500, we'll go to the bonus question. Maybe we'll just do that.
I like Roger saying, defending Kobe here. He took a lot of shots to beat the clock. Hey, look, I love Kobe. There's only so many times the clock is winding down, dude. Like he just took a lot of shots, period.
True. All right, John, staying on Kobe. Hey, look at that.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant's, so cap or no cap? Kobe Bryant's middle name was Bean.
True.
You say that like with confidence.
Mm-hmm.
What business do you have saying that with confidence?
I'm confident.
Are you? Like
I am.
For a good reason or just because you decided to be?
For a good reason.
Okay.
Because I decided to be is a good reason.
Okay. All right. John, for whatever reason, thinks that Kobe Bryant's middle name was Bean. And he is right. Congrats, John. Kobe.
Yeah, that's also in the zeitgeist. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. So not in my zeitgeist.
It was really hard. This is a really hard game to set up because I made yours and I made it ridiculous. And you're like, what? None of this makes sense. And you made mine. I'm like, I actually think that is on my radar. Like, yeah, I think that is true. Like, Casey's dogs were barking.
Sorry,
I was done talking, so I just stopped talking.
No, I know. It was better for the audio to not to just mute an extra second longer there, though. We're back. 2 questions to go. John, you should be feeling pretty good right now. 5-3.
Oh,
coming out of here.
That's good. I at least have an F.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. That's kind of a terrible way to look at it. But on the next question, we're going from Bean to Beantown. See what I did there?
To Boston.
One Paul Pierce, and this is going to hinge on one of those like
Paulie Pierce.
I'll already tell you. I'll give you that hint. This is going to hinge on a single number.
Oh.
When Paul Pierce was stabbed 11 times in September of 2000, but still played every game in the 2000-2001 season. Cap or no cap?
So it's a 2-parter. He was stabbed 11 times, or are you saying he was stabbed 11 times?
You tell me.
Okay, so it's a 2-parter. He has to have both been stabbed 11 times and played every single game, all Correct. 82.
Yes. I will tell you that the date isn't where I'm getting you. It was September of 2000.
Okay.
How many times did he get stabbed that would
have been funny if it was like he got stabbed 11 times.
He was stabbed
and he played all 82,
actually.
But it was on October 1st or August 31st.
Like, Baker's dozen amount of times.
Yeah. Isn't that 13?
Yes, that would be 13, just for those curious, I suppose. Yeah. Shouldn't drop something weird like that. I think of that as like general knowledge.
Well, you said 11, and I was like, do you think a Baker's
dozen was 11? I was just jumping all around the number, you know.
Yeah.
We got a good mix on this one. Caps,
I think
no
it
caps.
is.
Wesley just wants to be represented on both sides here. He says cap and no cap.
Yeah, I actually think this is true, but I think there's a possibility he might have like missed a game not because he was stabbed. Like he might have missed the game like sometime later in the season, like and have been 80 games, or he just like he didn't miss any games because he was stabbed. But like he didn't play every single one. So I think that if you're getting me for a half a point, if you're getting me, that's where you're getting me. I think not on the number of stabs. I think the number of stabs was 11.
Which way is your answer though?
So I'm gonna say true, but if you're getting me, I don't think you're getting me on the number of stabs. I think that you're getting me on that he didn't play every game, and specifically, I don't think he missed the game because he was stabbed.
Okay. So maybe I'll have to give you a half a point or something, but I won't because it's true. Congrats.
It's true. Nice. I just got it right.
11 times.
So the 11 thing was kind of in the zeitgeist as well.
Yeah. 11.
Yeah.
It was a two-parter though, so nice. I honestly
it's like I'm pretty sure
how many players in that season played every game anyway for their team. Like that's probably not that.
I know that's why I thought you were getting me on that one because I'm like I think there's a possibility he missed a game in like February. You know what I mean? Like the something about the 11. I think I knew he was stabbed 11 times. It's kind of like I'm pretty sure 50 Cent was shot 9 times if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember if that's exactly right, but like if somebody said 9, I would say true. You know.
Yeah, I got you. All right, John. 10th question here. We're in Boston talking about Paul Pierce. Let's stay on the Celtics. So speaking of the Celtics,
okay,
cap or no cap, they are one of only 2 teams ever to have never moved in the NBA.
They have never moved. So two-parter. They've both never moved, and there's only 2 teams.
Correct.
And there are exactly 2 teams who have never moved.
Yes, correct. That is what I said.
Well, the Lakers have moved. I don't think Philly's moved. I'm going to go with true.
True.
Just because I can't think. Part of it is because I can't think it. Like, I can't really, like, think. I mean, am I going to go through every team? Like, the Warriors. The Warriors maybe have never moved. The Clippers,
it's a big ask.
The Warriors, Clippers maybe have never moved. The Lakers have moved. The Suns. Okay, so it could be a team that's like new, really, and has never moved. But we know the Thunder have moved. The Magic, Wizards. I want to say the Wizards have moved. The Bucks, Raptors. The Bulls maybe haven't moved. The Hawks maybe haven't moved. I'm going to go with cap. I think there's more than 2 teams that haven't moved.
It is true. You talked yourself out of that one.
Yeah.
No cap.
Is it Boston and Philly?
It is not.
Is it Boston and Atlanta?
It is not.
Is it Boston and Chicago?
No.
Okay, well, who's the other one then?
The New York Knickerbockers.
Oh, the Knicks.
Yeah.
Did Michael get that one?
Just by how old that name is, just by how old their name is, like, I'm surprised you didn't at least mention.
Well, they could have been like the
they
could have been the Buffalo
Brooklyn
Knickerbockers,
yeah,
the Brooklyn
totally.
Knickerbockers, yeah.
Yeah, good point. All right, you want to stab at the bonus question to end on a high note?
Let's do it. What did I end up getting out of 10?
You
6?
ended up getting 6 out of 10.
That's pretty good. I think that's what you got. You got 5.
Maybe something like
that.
But
you used some bonuses to get it, but yeah, I mean that's valid.
It's a good point. I was gonna offer you a bonus point for the New York Knicks if you could have got it, but you already had kind of circled the wagon on that one, so I didn't offer it because not just cool. But here for the bonus to be the real winner of our first round of the head-to-head cap or no cap for our respective sports. I'll say you did a good job. So if you get this right, you're the uncontested winner of the first round of these. John, your
aren't
bonus
I anyway?
Well, I think you said 6 is what I got too.
I think you got 5.
Oh, okay. Well, then the bonus question is the first Canadian NBA team was called the Toronto Huskies. Cap or no cap?
The Huskies. You want to give me a year?
I do not.
Okay. I mean, it's just a guess. So I'll go with no cap. It's true.
He says no cap. It's true.
That one's not in the zeitgeist.
I had to flip to a different tab real quick. I don't know whether it's true or not. He says no cap. It's true.
Oh, you don't know
it is no cap. It's true. It's no cap. It's no cap. It's well, there's only 2 answers. We've been going back and forth. I switched my brain to something else in the middle of you answering that.
That's funny. You're like, well, I just thought you were saying like, well, I just made it up, so now I have to look it up and see if it's true.
Yeah. All right, John, I've gone ahead and alerted our football audience that we will be starting our football programming here shortly.
Nice. Where are we at on likes?
Check out our likes. We're at 19. So if you're still here, make sure you've hit the like button. If we hit 25, we will give away a DAPS gift card. So make sure to hit that. And yeah, we'll just keep going on. I do have some let's just do a quick basketball thing here while we wait for some other people to show up. Maybe we will get to our football content. But John, let's just pick one of these trades that I saw at random. What do you think of you can see the document that I laid out for us, right? Okay, so let's go with do you have any particular one you'd like to talk about more than the others?
Siakam to the I mean, I can burn through all of them. Siakam to the Hawks, I think kind of does make sense. The Murray and Trae Young backcourt doesn't really work. I would rather see him keep Murray than Trae Young. If I'm a Hawks fan, legitimately, I would rather keep DeJounte Murray, bring in Pascal Siakam, and then offload Trae Young, and then you could probably keep like Bogdanovich and Onyeka, I don't know how to say that guy's name, and your first round pick. So yeah, I think that's what I would try and do. I would actually try and move Trae Young for Siakam if I'm the Hawks, but I don't know. If you're a Hawks fan, tell me I'm wrong, I guess.
Okay, John, I like that. Yeah, I mean, you think something's kind of wrong there on that team, and that they need to fix it.
Yeah,
we're fans of Siakam here, generally.
I'm a big fan of Siakam. I'm just not a big fan of Trae Young. I'm not sold. Dame to the Heat. This one's been worked so many ways. Nets receive Harrow and Robinson. The Nets all of a sudden become really strangely like loaded and with young talent, but no real leader. Blazers receive Ben Simmons. Why would the Blazers do this? Ben Simmons, I mean, maybe they just waive him and get all of that draft capital. And then Harden and Levine, that one is interesting too. I think that's actually a great trade for Philly, honestly. Unload Harden for all those assets. Oh, no. Sorry, the Bulls are getting the assets. Yeah, whichever team's getting the assets, because those are straight across Harden and Levine. Harden's probably a little bit better, but yeah, that's a good trade for the Bulls. Not great for Philly.
All right.
Then, yeah.
Love that. All right, are you ready to get ourselves into some NFL content here for the next roughly half so before you got to take off?
Yep. For everyone who just showed up
to cover the All-Star game. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, for everyone who just showed up, when we get to 20, we do a gift card giveaway for every 25 likes. So like the video. Also, I'm curious for people who've won the DAPS gift cards, if you guys have used them yet and what you used them on, let me know. But yeah, get the likes up on the video. I think we're only a few away. So do it.
All right. Now it's time. This one's
okay. What are we doing,
Casey? Pretty loose, pretty just fun kind of thing. Not too long ago, I think it was 2 of these like combo shows that we do ago. We were talking NFL, and we're in the same kind of zone that we are for NBA with the NFL season. We're in this like off-season time where it's just kind of, let's just have some fun. Let's do some crazy stuff. Yeah. And we did our QB power rankings, kind of controversial. I'll just go ahead and disclaimer that. If you want to watch us go through our QB power rankings, you can find that on our audio feeds or our YouTube channel, not too far back. If you just scroll through, it'll be QB Power Rankings is what it's called. We're taking our QB Power Rankings and we put them into a pool of players here, which if you're watching on YouTube, you can see off to our right. We have 2 columns here that separate our QB Power Rankings. John and I will be drafting our QB-only fantasy football teams, kind of the old school standard format, 1 QB, 2 RBs, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, and a flex player, all just from the 40 quarterbacks that we graded, that we power ranked, I suppose you could say. We're going to see how these guys could fit in at some other positions and which guys we want to take to be our actual gunslingers on these squads. John, did I leave anything out, or do you want to add anything to this format?
No, it's a draft. It's fantasy. I guess one question I have about it, I did just a heads up, everybody. I put a poll into the chat, so you guys can pick who has the first pick.
I like that. I like that.
So right now you're in the lead. So yeah, answer the poll.
Okay.
Tell us who you think should have the first pick. We'll do Snake. We should do Snake, I think. So it's
for 2 people. 2, 3. Okay. I mean, I guess that they may have voted differently if they knew that. I don't know. Chat, tell us whether it should be Snake or not, because 2 people is kind of.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, let's give it Snake. If I end up getting the first pick, then I want it to be Snake anyway. I'm just saying, like, okay, yeah. Let's just do Snake. Regular draft rules. That is kind of weird in head-to-head, though. Just like back and forth. But I like it, honestly. You know what it is? Honestly,
no, we can go back and forth. I don't care.
No. While those people are voting, that's what I advocate for. When Megan and I watch like TV shows, we draft like contestants on reality TV shows and stuff all the time. And I always tell her we should do Snake in head-to-head, but she's the one who's got that in my brain. Like, that's crazy to be like, you get the first pick, so you get the next 2. She's like, that offsets like the first pick. I'm like, that's the whole point of doing Snake. Anyway,
that is what a Snake is. We can go back and forth if you want, though, because honestly, there's only 2 of us and it doesn't matter. But one thing I was going to ask you about this is like, how are we thinking about this? Like, are we thinking about this as like, these people are all on teams in these positions?
Yeah, I like this. Okay. I like this question because this is how I think of fantasy. Not really. Not when it comes to like winning, but when I imagine when I'm watching my phone, like, yes, I'm watching like Red Zone or some football game or something, and I'm watching them rack up the real points. But when I think about my roster, I love to think about my fantasy QB throwing to my fantasy receivers and my running back being like, he's the guy who can eat it up on the goal. Like, I still want to build like a stable of backs, for example.
We're building like
every down guy.
We can think of it like we're building a 7-on-7 team here, basically.
Exactly. That's how I think of it as, and especially since we're not actually playing fantasy.
That makes more sense because nobody would throw to these receivers, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully that all makes sense. John, do we not want to get started? I mean, do we want to get started?
Let's do it. You are winning the poll. You just want to end it?
Let's end it.
All right. End poll. Casey wins.
And by the way, I thought 0 about
as the winner. Casey also gets Casey as the winner. Casey also gets to decide whether we go Snake or back and forth.
I was just gonna say, since I got the first, you should decide. I'm going to defer on that, and I haven't thought about this at all.
No, you can't decide defer. You got.
I decided defer. I won the coin toss, so I can defer. All right, fine. Let's do. Let's just go back and forth. Because that way, at least, like, if you want to like Google something in between, let's just do it that way for the sake of it. Although I think this is a topic for discussion in the future, whether that's the standard or not. Because I see both sides. I haven't thought about this at all, but it seems like a no-brainer to me to do one thing first in a pool of quarterbacks, and it's to grab your quarterback. So I am just going to go complete chalk here.
That's what I would have done.
And toss in my guy. Not my guy, but Pat Mahomes, who should be everybody's guy. He's just incredible at the quarterback.
Yeah, you did exactly what I would have done.
I'm mad at him. I don't like him because he beats up on the Niners in the Super Bowl, but he's the best quarterback in the game, so he's my quarterback. John, you're on the clock.
Yeah, so then I'm going to go Lamar as a running back and Justin Fields as a running back. I'm going to draft my running back.
Oh, yeah, we are doing – no, we're not doing Snake.
We're not, okay. All right, go ahead.
Do you want to make the official switch to it? Let's talk about these guys as we draft them a little bit, fill this air a little bit.
Yeah, no, so I knew you were
the running back for you.
He's big and he runs, and I thought about him in a flex spot, but there's other guys who I think can go to the flex. But yeah, I mean, there's a handful of these guys. There's only a handful of these guys that are really passable running backs. Almost none of them are very passable receivers. So that's what I'm doing. Like, some of these guys actually could be good running backs. Right. So I'd rather pick them first. I don't need to pick a QB. You already picked one.
Right. I agree. John, I like your pick a lot. I probably would have done the exact same thing in your position.
I thought those 2 were going to be the first 2 picks, honestly.
I like it a lot. I am going to, so the drafts, for those who play fantasy, there's a lot of like positional stuff that goes on. You already took a running back. So in one thought, I could say, you only need one more running back, so I should just wait and just take whoever you don't take afterwards. But there's just a lot of athleticism types of positions that we got to cover here with a lot of non-athletic guys. So I actually see this as the same sort of move. I'm going to take my first running back and draft Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles. The man is a real dual threat. Lamar Jackson is the poster boy of being like clearly more of a runner than a passer. I don't want to like put that same label on Jalen Hurts. I think he's a lot more balanced, but I still think he fits this this mold of like he's probably at least just as good of a runner as he is a passer, maybe even a little bit better. And he's a little bit specifically more like physical, I think, than a lot of these other like speedy quarterbacks. So for that reason, I want to get a guy I think can take some hits in Jalen Hurts. He is my RB1, and I also didn't want to stop on the pick that you accidentally leaked. So you can take your guy, John.
Well, now I've changed my mind.
Oh, now you're just not gonna. Okay,
since you've taken a running back,
I was gonna try to take the honor route, and you want to shift on me. Okay, no big deal. No big deal.
All right.
It's all cap. No, all right.
I mean,
let that sway you or not. I mean,
go ahead. Your turn.
Well, talk about him. Talk about your guy here.
Well, I didn't want to pick him, so.
Justin Fields, my God. All right, take him off.
He's a good runner. He runs the ball. That's all we really know about Justin Fields is that he can run the ball. So I don't know if he can catch. I don't think he can throw. I wouldn't pick him as my quarterback. So
okay.
I mean, I know he can run though, and there's not a lot of guys who can run. I mean, there are plenty, but when we actually literally need everybody to run, not that many.
Right. Yeah, I actually think this is a good pick. And one of the reasons why I would say he fits better at running back than like receiver or tight end is like he's still fresh in the league. So he's probably got a little bit lower football IQ than some of these more established guys, maybe. So like for that reason, just like hand him the rock, let him run, you know? All right. So with my next pick, I haven't really thought about this a ton. We're already deep into this. Didn't know where I was going with my first two picks. So we'll just stay kind of on that level. I am going to spread this out. I'm going to go to a guy who is super hyped up this year, at least in my mind. I'm pretty excited about him. I think there's a chance that he super outproduces what people are expecting of him this year. And he is just one of these athletic freak types of guy. And I am going to toss this guy at receiver because I think he has some height to him too. I'll Google search his height. But I'm going to take Anthony Richardson. I think he was third overall or top 5 pick in the draft, I believe. And he went to the Colts. He's their new starting quarterback, super unproven.
6'4".
He basically has every single quarterback record from the combine. So
yeah, he's 6'4".
He's my prototype number 1 receiver.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go before you made me pick Justin Fields.
Okay, all right.
So. All right, I think I've got a couple options here.
Yeah.
The hard thing about doing these is I don't really want to talk it out because I don't want to leak picks or anything like that.
Just talk about the guy that you actually do end up picking, I think is
right. Like before I've made the decision, I don't want to talk about it. All right, so I'm going to pick a receiver, and it is going to be Deshaun Watson. Runs the 4.6 40, pretty fast dude, 4.6 640. Questionable off-field decision making. I don't care. AB is the best receiver in the league according to Casey, and he also has questionable off-field decision making. He runs 4.66 and he's 6'2". Aside from Anthony Richardson, he's probably got the best like height speed combination left on the board. Maybe Dan Jones might be in there. I mean, well there we go. Now I'm leaking picks. So
hey, don't worry. That's not influencing my next pick. If you want Dan Jones, I'll leave him on the board. Of that, I will promise you right now. I actually see quite a few guys now that I'm sitting with the only one who needs a running back here. There's quite a few. Like none of them are like my favorite choice, but there's
plenty who could do it. Yep.
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
plenty who can do the job.
So I want to go ahead and try to beat you to the punch on the next position we have to go through here. And I'm just going to take this big old white dude, Josh Allen, to play the tight end position. Because if I need one of these guys to block for me, I've seen Josh Allen throw some blocks, and it's awesome. And Josh Allen, I think also the more I can just take some of these top guys, it just makes my team seem better, even though I don't know if it actually is. Josh Allen from Wyoming, also very just like that feels like a tight end place to go to college.
Hey, he's not from there, though.
From the school, Wyoming. I mean, that's my reasoning behind it. He's a big old body. I didn't even look up his height and weight, but I'm pretty sure he outweighs most of these guys. Josh Allen height weight would be let's see here. Let me just so I can give you an extra second, maybe think about your picks, your board here. That's definitely not the right guy. I just typed in into Google, I just typed in Josh height and weight. That it didn't know what I was talking
about. So what did it tell you? What is Josh? What is Josh's height and weight?
Josh Richards from TV Junkies is 5'8" and he weighs 57 kilograms. So
good to know.
For that reason, Josh Richards is now my tight end. No, Josh Allen is 6'5", 238 pounds. That's a big old quarterback.
Yeah, that's a big body. That's a big body.
He's pretty athletic and strong for that height and weight even. So let's just pencil him in there. John, you're on the clock.
I'm gonna take my flex, I think.
Ooh,
there's a few guys.
Go ahead and tell me, just what's your reasoning behind taking a flex before you?
I mean, my tight end at this point, Josh Allen was really the only viable tight end.
It's somebody who could only fit in at running back, essentially, because that'd be the only reason I could see to plug him into flex, really, unless you have some other thought process.
Well, I have two running backs.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're just the flex is like the right fit, honestly.
Okay, hey, I love it. This is your squad.
But or I need another receiver. I mean, we don't have very many guys left who are viable receivers. So
you know, it's a shame if we would have put Taysom Hill into our power rankings.
I mean, that's a flex.
When would you have picked him? He could have been your tight end. He could have been your receiver, your running back, your quarterback. He could have been anybody.
He could be.
This is basically the Taysom Hill draft. But he doesn't. He didn't get invited.
I think I'm gonna go. Yep, I'm gonna do it. Actually, let me Google how tall this guy is first. All right.
Okay. John is.
Yeah. No, this is exactly why I wanted him in my flex. Okay. I mean, he's a receiver. He can slot in anywhere. He's probably better at every other position than he is at quarterback, I'm being honest. But he's only 5'10", so I don't really want him as a receiver. I guess he can work as a slot receiver.
He could have worked in the slot, but we don't even have a third receiver. Like flex is the right spot.
My quarterback is I can't put a slot receiver in there when I don't even know who's throwing yet.
I agree. I didn't know who you were going to pick. I agree. Flex is the spot to put Kyler here, even though it sort of boxes you in.
And I think
we're already
honestly,
boxed in. It's a quarterback.
In terms of what's left on the board, he's probably the best flex on there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like you got the best tight end on the board. I feel like I got the best flex on the board of what was left. So that's kind of why I did that. I'm like, you cut me off at the tight end position. See if I can cut you off at the flex position.
I like it. Hey, I like it. And I don't know if it changed what I was going to do or not, but I am going to just try to get in one of these runners to fill out my running back room because Kyler was one of the guys I would have considered there. And I thought he was maybe relatively safe. There's only one guy who completely jumps out to me as a guy that I want to grab here. It shouldn't be too much of a surprise to people based on the team he's on, even though he's not my nomination for the starting quarterback of my Niners. If I needed to fill a running back room with Niners QBs, easily Trey Lance is the RB1
would be the best running back of all the Niners QBs for sure.
Easily it's Trey Lance, and that's by a mile. Jalen Hurts and Trey Lance will round out my running back room. Honestly, pretty similar types of runners. Kind of like they can both run. Both got a little weight to them. I think I don't know. Lamar Jackson has weight. Fields is a little bit smaller, maybe. I don't know. Our running back room shaped up pretty good for only having quarterbacks. Now that's the first position group we finished. I like what we've got going on here, John. I thought this could be actually a very hard exercise. I'm having a good time. You're back on the clock. Who are you thinking?
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to put my next receiver on the board, and it's going to be Utah State University product, Jordan Love. 6'4", runs 4.7. He's pretty quick, pretty tall dude, athletic dude. I mean, we're pretty boxed in on the athletes at this point. So he's one of the few left on there. And I mean, he's got a good, I'm happy with my receiver room. I got a fast, like kind of Tyreek Hill style and Deshaun Watson, at least in this world. And then Jordan Love, who's a little slower, but he can get up. He can get up.
I love it. I love that, John. Okay. I'm kind of at a loss here, honestly, on my next one. I mean, I know I've had time to think about it, but I'm just kind of stalemating
there's
myself.
Not a lot of great receivers left.
It's not awesome. It's not awesome out there in these streets. And I kind of wish you would have just taken one of these guys from me because I was really stuck between two guys.
I know. The reason is because the reason I took Jordan Love. The other reason is because no matter what you do now, I kind of know what I'm doing with my other 2 spots because you've already taken them. That's part of it.
I see.
Yeah,
that is part of it. I mean, the draft that's the essence of a draft, basically. Like you just got to stay water and figure it out along the way. I am Googling one thing really quick. Is all before I make my selection. Okay, and I have my next selection. It's going to be because of height mostly. But also, this guy is pretty speedy, even though you might not think of him as that. As my wide receiver 2, I will take the Chargers, Justin Herbert. This guy ran a 40 in 4.68, which isn't the fastest time, but as far as the quarterbacks that are
pretty
left,
quick.
It's faster than he's in the top half of who's left for sure. And even better, Justin Herbert is 6'6". And if you can't have speed in a receiver, you might as well get some height.
I mean, that's fast, and I mean that's taller and faster than Jordan Love. So that was a better pick.
Well, thank you.
Jordan Love
sir.
Maybe is more, I guess. I was gonna say is more athletic, but I'm like he's both slower and shorter. Maybe he can jump higher, but no, Justin Herbert was a good pick. That was sneaky. That was a sneaky good pick.
Yeah,
because you don't think of Herbie. Nobody thinks of Herbie as a runner, you know.
No, I think you would have taken Love anyway, knowing that stuff. It's a little bit of a homer pick. You gotta think for Love a little bit, and I get that. That's kind of what this is about. Yeah. Spoiler alert: I might be saving my last pick for similar situation, but I got Anthony Richardson, 6'4", ultra fast. 6'4" is pretty tall already, but he's ultra fast. I already have the speed locked up. Got a field stretcher. I need the height guy. Justin Herbert and Josh Allen out on the same field, both being essentially receivers. Like, that's good makeup for my team. I think Herbie could throw some blocks too. Maybe he's kind of more that what would that be? The X, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
we got my possession guy out there.
My next pick is what we in the business call a spite pick.
Oh, you son of a! You dare! You better
I mean, you knew when you took Pat Mahomes first that was a possibility.
How dare you, sir? Oh man, I'm flabbergasted now. Right?
Yeah.
Do your worst. Do your worst. Do your worst. I did tell you to draft Justin Fields.
Yep. Yeah, that's why it's a spite pick.
Dan Jones still out there, by the way. Dan Jones still out there. Just saying.
Yeah, he'd be a great flex.
I also want to say, well, you don't have a flex left, and I'm not taking him. So
you don't want him in the flex?
He could be your tight end, though. I mean, I'm just saying. I just want to point out, though, that even if it's because of spite, it does make me like your team a lot. And I don't think it's going to be very popular.
That's why I did it. Because now I feel like you'll look at my team and be like, I kind of like your team better.
I don't know. My team's pretty good. I might like your team better, but I think my team wins, maybe. Even though Brock Purdy, super underrated quarterback.
Do they have to play defense and offense? Maybe if this is a 7-on-7 game, that would have been an interesting wrinkle before we started to know.
Yep, that is the case. Yep, no, it's not. But we could pretend that later, maybe. Maybe we do the same exercise with quarterbacks for defense. We won't. We definitely won't. But let's get to our last picks here, John. I have one spot left. You swiped him out from underneath me. Maybe I shouldn't have waited to the last round. I tilted a little bit, but I'm just going to revert back to who I was stuck between on the last 2 picks because he's still out here. And it is... Ooh, I almost just tilted again. But I'm not going to. I'm going to stick to my philosophy of grab guys who are at the top. Trevor Lawrence also 6'6". So now instead of going for athleticism or really just a homer pick and Brock Purdy, who maybe there's some flea flickers involved, Trevor Lawrence is an actual legit another receiving option. I got Twin Towers out there with Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence. Josh Allen also, I forgot to look him up, but he's I think just as tall too. Those other guys
he's 6'5". He's 6'5".
So I got 6'4", 6'5", 6'6" as my receiving options. That's not even counting my running backs. I feel happy with my squad, especially when I can revert back to Pat Mahomes just throwing the ball to begin with. I like where I ended up here.
You've got a better running quarterback too. And in this, when all of the rest of your positions are quarterbacks, you're probably going to need a running quarterback.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So my spite pick probably did make my team worse technically, but it was fun.
I will say this is your last pick. You have your tight end spot left available.
Yeah,
I will say I think it's well within your rights. If like it fell a different way, you can still shuffle around the players on your team. I think that's well within the rules if you wanted to do that. So just on that note, I feel like you just discovered that. This one's obvious
to me. He's the other. So he's about the same size as Josh Allen. 6'5", 230. Just a big old body. Not quite as quick, same kind of thing. But like if he weren't a QB, he'd probably be a tight end. So I'm going Dan Jones in TE spot. I was between him and Kenny Pickett, actually. Kenny Pickett's also a pretty big body, and he's faster. Kenny Pickett runs 4.71.
I wouldn't have thought of him.
Who knew? Never
Definitely
thought of
wouldn't have. Nope. Well, for audio listeners, we'll run through our rosters really quick here. For the YouTube audience or anybody watching on video, you can see it already. Okay. We have Matt here behind the scenes who's going to jump in with us here. He's going to be taking over the stream to watch the All-Star game with y'all starting in about 15 minutes here. Matt, let's jump you in here. Let's say hello as John and I will read off our final.
What's up?
What's up, Matt?
Yo.
John, we're at 23 likes, by the way.
Yep, 23. Hey, we need 2 more likes to do a gift card giveaway, guys. So just a heads up.
By the way, I do know some of these football players you guys drafted.
That's awesome, Matt.
Good. Good job.
Matt, have you already gone ahead and shot out a text to our baseball audience?
Not yet. I can do that right. I have the button ready.
Probably be a good move.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and do that while John and I kind of wrap this section up here. Like we just said, Matt is going to stay on with y'all if you want to watch the All-Star game with him. I don't know if he's planning on doing how long.
Well, if we get to 25, that's the other thing. If we get to 25 likes before, if we get the video gets to 25 likes, we'll do a giveaway real quick, and then we like that, and it resets. And Matt can do it with the baseball audience. But
that's correct.
So if you haven't liked it, we're like 2 away.
Right. Which I don't think we even mentioned. Like we're doing that from PlayBack. Did we mention that it was PlayBack, John?
Yeah, you got it. So that's about to happen. So I'll tell people now. It happens in our private community, playback.tv/triplecross. There's also a link in the description. The show is there, so you can actually just go there and watch the show.
Yep.
As well.
We've got some
There's
of our
a chat there
over there already.
The chat tends to have its own life over there. We don't chat the YouTube chat interacts with us more. So but yeah, it's a good spot. Good spot to watch the show.
Awesome.
But yeah, you can like the video over there, and then we'll do a giveaway probably pretty soon here, I'm guessing.
Matt, another quick reminder, you'll want to hop on to PlayBack too, just so we can keep that up and going there during the next part of the stream here.
Do you want me to, can I switch it over to the All-Star game now, or do you want me to say?
Not quite yet. We'll do like an official passing here. John and I are going to read off our final rosters here from our QB only fantasy draft, using the pool of players we ranked in our top 40 QB power rankings. I ended up with at quarterback Patrick Mahomes from Kansas City Chiefs. My 2 running backs are Jalen Hurts from the Philadelphia Eagles and Trey Lance of the San Francisco 49ers. My wide receiver room is the highly regarded rookie athleticism freak Anthony Richardson, that is, from the Colts, and Justin Herbert, tall guy from the LA Chargers.
Justin Herbert, tall guy.
I mean, that's what he brings to the squad. Good old Herbie.
He's pretty fast though too. 4.68 is pretty fast.
He's fast enough. That's why he's in the receiver spot instead of flex. Just beats out Trevor Lawrence. He was about 0.1 faster, a tenth of a second faster in his 40 than Lawrence, which I thought, wow, that's faster than I realized he was. Or Lawrence is slower than I thought he was. I don't know.
He's definitely like in the top half of faster QBs for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What is fast for QBs?
Not
like 4.7 probably.
Yeah. I think they're a good example. Lawrence is probably just on the slow side of average, and Herbert's probably on the fast side of average.
So you're saying I have a chance.
But we're also not considering all the slow guys. Like there's probably a bunch of 4.8, 4.9.
Yeah, not true average. Maybe median is what I meant by not average probably. Although you never know these days. The top end speed guys are really bringing down the average. But anyway, to round off the rest of my squad here, Josh Allen, big old Buffalo Bills quarterback, will be my tight end, and Trevor Lawrence from the Jacksonville Jaguars is my flex guy because why not? Just get Trevor on the squad. That's my QB only fantasy team. John, you're up.
My team, Brock Purdy in the QB spot. That's just purely a spite pick, so Casey couldn't have him. Lamar Jackson at RB1, Justin Fields at RB2, wide receiver 1, Deshaun Watson, wide receiver 2, Jordan Love, tight end Daniel Jones, another big, kind of slow, but it's okay. He's a big body. And in the flex spot, Kyler Murray. I like Kyler in the flex spot. He can do a lot. He can do he can throw a little, he can throw some, but he can do a lot of other stuff. So, yeah, I'm happy with my squad. Just a heads up, we're getting a lot of new people in here, probably coming to watch the All-Star game, coming for the baseball giveaway announcement. Like the video, 25 likes. We're only 2 likes away. 25 likes, we're doing a giveaway. So get the likes on the video. We do it every 25 likes. So, I mean, there's a chance it could get to 50. And then we're doing the giveaway. We'll do the giveaway on our private community, playback.tv/triplecross. You can watch the show there. So like the video and then head over to playback.tv/triplecross. The link is in the description. You'll see the same thing there that you see here, but that's where we're doing the actual giveaway.
Also, stick around. Even if you don't win that one, Matt is also going to be giving away our baseball tickets. Yeah. I'll let him go ahead and decide when he does that and talk more on that as he gets into the baseball portion of the show. But let's hope now. I was trying to buy time for us to get to 25 likes. Guys, we're at 24. Somebody hit the like button.
Somebody who hasn't hit it yet, hit it.
We're going to give away something. We're going to give away a $25 gift card right now if one other person hits the like. And
jeez.
Hey, I
one
see
person
now.
There we go.
I see it.
Okay.
Somebody got it.
There we go. We got it.
All right. So 25. We're about to do a giveaway. I don't have a wheel, but yeah, we're about to do a giveaway on our private community, playback.tv/triplecross. So there's a link in the description for that, playback.tv/triplecross. Like the video and then head over there for a chance to win a $25 gift card for NBA swag, MLB swag, NFL swag.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play a little hybrid role, like transition role here. I'm gonna start my transition. We might say I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off of our screen. We can go to this format here. I am going to get a wheel going, and John, I know that you have a hard stop here. If you want to take off, you can. I'll make sure this giveaway gets done. You can hang around if you want to, and then I'll make sure we pass the show on over to Matt as well for the.
I got to jump. So yeah, you be the transition. You be the relay man. I'm throwing the ball to you. But yeah, thanks guys. It's been fun. Like the video and then head over to Playback, and we'll do a giveaway. We'll do a wheel spin giveaway, and then Matt will take over with the All-Star watch along. And you're announcing the winner of the tickets, right?
That's correct.
Yep. Oh, that's big. That's big.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I know.
So our tickets winner is getting announced. Somebody's going to win some baseball tickets.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time. See you.
Thanks, John.